Hello everyone, myself Pooja. I'm studying MTech in Embedded Systems in VIT Chennai campus. I'm going to tell you all about imaging sensor in automotive applications. What are the types of the imaging sensor, principle including in that, and where and all it can be used. Okay, let me introduce about imaging sensors now. Imaging sensors nowadays are gaining hold in the motor vehicle using visible light or infrared light. They can be used for passenger compartment monitoring. These are principally aimed at observation outside and inside the vehicle. Both outside and inside the vehicle, we can keep the sensors in the vehicle. All of these sensors have one objective in view, that this is the simulation of the superior capabilities to the human eye and its mental recognition capabilities. So like a human being only or more than human being, it can observe. In contrast to human eye, common imaging sensors are sensitive in the near IR range. So that is 1 mm. So using the wavelength near to IR range, that is infrared rays and visible rays, we can use to implement this imaging sensor. And with appropriate non-visible IR illumination, therefore all the imaginable applications in the vehicles becomes feasible, including nighttime operation. So including nighttime operation, it is feasible. For the applications in the visible light range, the imaging sensors generally have IR filter in front of them to prevent false recordings due to color. So color filters will be there in the imaging sensor at the first stage. So due to those colors, sometimes there may be chance of occurring false recordings, and these false recordings are removed by IR filter. Next, imaging sensors will be able to play a high important role for the observation of the vehicle interior, like seating position, forward shift in a case of a crash or accident. If any accident crashes takes place, obviously sheet will get shifted. So those positions it is able to identify, and also the size of the seat occupants also it is able to identify. Yeah, and next, let me tell you about the vehicle surroundings, like lane guidance, collision prevention, parking and reversing aids, and roadside recognition. So for an autonomous car, all these things, the seating position, shift of the seat when crash, lane guidance, parking, automatic parking and collision parking, these are all the necessary. So there imaging sensors are very compulsory to use. So this is the image. I am going to show you some of the imaging sensors. So one is ultrasonic imaging sensor, the night vision camera. So night vision camera means sometimes we are not able to see the pedestrians walking or animals walking on the road. Sometimes that is detected using night vision camera. Next is visible camera. Visible camera for accident recording and rear park assistant stereo cameras and direction and distance, and for traffic sign recognition. So these visible cameras can be used for that. And is 3D camera. 3D camera, it recognizes the gestures and it monitors the driver, how the driver is going to monitor the car. It is all recording it. And next is the LiDAR, that is light detection and ranging. So 3D mapping of surroundings. Then next, SRR and MRR, all these are imaging sensors which can be used inside and outside the car. Okay. This is the important part where principle and working I am going to say now. So now you all got to know that how imaging sensors are there and some of the names of the imaging sensors, but we don't know how these imaging sensors are going to work actually, what principle it is included. Actually there are two principles. One is CCD, that is charged coupled device, and another is CMOS. First I am going to explain you charge coupled device principle. So what happens in charge coupled device means imaging sensors are a special case of multi-sensor structure which comprising light sensitive elements, that is photodiodes, arranged as a pixels in a row or a matrix form and receiving the light through a conventional imaging optical system. So this means here a series of means a matrix arrangement like photodiodes in rows and columns are used like a pixels. In one plate, photodiodes will be arranged like a matrix and their light gets illuminated, free charge carriers start to produce and we will get the output. So in detail I have to explain means in case of silicon imaging sensors principally available, so that is the CCD, free charge carriers are generated proportionally to the intensity and exposure time by the light arriving through the transparent electrode. What happens is there is one transparent electrode. Through that electrode light transmits and illuminates according to that light intensity. And one parameter is the intensity of the light and second parameter is how much time the light is going to be there, going to be stay there for illumination. So these are the two parameters which results in the which leads to the amount of the free charge carriers generated. So once these free charge carriers are generated, they are then collected in the potential pot, that is silicon oxide boundary layer. Further, electrodes move these charge carriers into an opaque zone which are further transported in analog shift registers line by line into output register. First into analog shift registers and then into output register which is read serially at a high clock rate. So output is read serially one by one at a high clock rate. So this is the principle what just now I have explained. This is the plate which comprises of the micro lenses. The light is getting illuminated on these lenses and it is transmitting through the RGB color filters. This is the second plate, RGB color filters. So RGB color filters, these remove the false recordings. Due to color, sometimes false recordings occurs. So that removing is by filters. Next plate is photodiode. Next plate is photodiode. This is the where I told about the matrix row and column arrangement of the photodiodes like a pixels. And finally, we will get the electrical signal output. I can say in this picture more in detail about the principle. So what happens is the output we got here is analog. So this is photon to electron conversion. Photon means we eliminate the light, that is photon to electron. Thus what free charge carriers produce now, that is the electron. This is photon to electron conversion and the output is analog. This is the vertical CCD phase, this is the horizontal CCD phase. It processes like this and it gives the analog output in megahertz. This is the principle I have explained in detail about the CCD, that is charge coupled principle. This is how electron charge carriers are going to generate, how it is going to collect it in the pot. This is SiO2. So the naming is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 is the photodiode, the series of the diodes in matrix arrangement. 2 is the light, illuminating light. Next is a storage electrode and it passes through the electrode next to the shift register. Next it transfers to the electrode, then optical masking. I think I have explained clearly about the CCD till now. Okay. Now let me come to the second principle which is advanced than CCD principle, that is CMOS technology. CMOS technology explains that here this is the pixel drive will be there. All these are photodiodes. In each and every row and column output is going to produce. So we are going to convert that into digital. And here serialization, that is output we got, we take the output as a serial output and this is biasing, timing, power supply and this is chip control and this is a digital output. So this is the photon to voltage conversion and output is digital and that CCD is photon to electron conversion, output is analog. This is the main difference, and this CMOS technology is fabricated as a chip. As a chip, we fabricate this entire system and we will use in the imaging sensors. As the imaging sensors we will use. So now some points I am going to tell you contrastly about the CCD and CMOS. So with CCD, photonic signals are converted into electron packets and are sequentially transferred to a common output structure where the electric charge is converted into voltage, that is analog. So what happens? Photons are converted into electrons and the analog output we will get voltage only, but that is analog. CMOS, what happens is voltage we get, that is digital. Their photon to voltage transition. So here a CMOS imager on the other hand converts charge to voltage at the pixel level, and most functions are integrated into chip. As a chip we will use the imaging sensors. It can be operated with a single power supply, which one? CMOS, and is capable of flexible readout. The readout is very flexible and with regions of interest and widowing. So next, CCD are generally made in NMOS technology. In CCD we use NMOS technology, which is dedicated in performance with specifics like overlapping, double, polysilicon, anti-blooming, metal sheets and a specific starting material. Next, CMOS images are often consumer oriented and are based on standard CMOS process technology for digital ICs with same adaptation for imaging. That is, for example, pin diodes. This is always consumer friendly related. And let me explain you about how the dynamic response is about the CCD and CMOS. The CCD dynamic response is only 50 dB and CMOS is of 120 dB. That's why CMOS is more advantageous for us. And the read time and temperature is less than 50 degrees Celsius. For higher temperature, I can use this CMOS. So what happens is, well, CCD sensors can only be used in the motor vehicles to a very limited degree because their brightness and the dynamic response is very limited. Brightness or darkness and the dynamic response is very limited, and the read time temperature range is less than 50 degrees Celsius. But in the case of NMOS technology, it is bit high. Logarithmic brightness. Logarithmic means it is very high. And dynamic response is also high. Brightness is also high. Dynamic response is also high. Why these? One important point I would like to tell about the CMOS imaging sensors is it will control the pixels. Digitally, it will control the pixels inside the matrix. That is, these sensors permit a digitally controlled random access to the individual pixels in a matrix sensor with simultaneous highest sensitivity. At the same time, highest sensitivity means how much output it will give for the input. If output is more, higher the read rate, that is higher the sensitivity. It will control the pixels in the matrix sensor. At the same time, it will give the high sensitivity, that is high reading rate. The output reading rate is high. Next, about the pixels, I want to say is CCD based image sensors currently offer best available image quality and are capable of resolutions ranging up to 10.2 megapixels. That is 3872 into 2592 pixels, or even higher, making them the prevalent technology for still cameras and camcorders. Still nowadays cameras and camcorders use CCD technology, that is charge coupled device. So compared to CMOS sensors, CCD sensors consume more power, dissipate more heat. It is very large. Heat dissipation is very large, And sometimes externally IC support for the operation of the CCD sensors, extra IC operations should be support for that. This is also the disadvantage. Why CMOS is advantage means it is much smaller and consume less power and are beginning to challenge the CCD image quality. Though CCD image quality is good, the clarity is more in CMOS with the resolutions ranging from CIF 352 into 288 pixels up to approximately 5 megapixels, 2592 into 1944 pixels. Because CMOS sensors are fabricated like that, the manufacturing process is a CMOS technology. That fabrication leads to all these advantages, and also they are less expensive than the CCD based image sensors. Finally, I would like to say about the applications, like few applications I can mention to cover the blind spots behind the car. Sometimes we are not able to find out the blind spots behind the car. Sometimes front also we are not able to find out. These all the things are detected by the image sensors. Mainly image processing, signal processing, it is used in this. So interior occupant classification systems to control airbag deployment. For airbag deployment interior, this is inside the car. These blind spots are outside the car. These airbag deployment and all inside the car. It can detect. And detection of the drowsiness in the driver, adaptive cruise control, lane tracking. When everything becomes automatic and very advanced, these image sensors are going to play a very important role in the car especially. And high beam dimming and other headlight control. How we have to do headlight control and high beam dimming and all. So these are some applications. And one more thing I would like to conclude is how CMOS is different is, so the first thing is CMOS is less expensive than CCD sensors, and power consumption and heat dissipation is more in CCD, less in CMOS, and the output is digital in CMOS and the output is analog, though voltage only, output is analog in CCD. I hope I explained in detail about the principle and working and the applications of the CMOS and CCD sensors, that is image sensors. Thank you.